Now, tonight's adventure into the unknown.
Shut up and sit down.
You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. Now tell me if you want, tell me if you wrong, tell me if you ride it while I'm mixing, smoking, drinking, going down and get it later. I touched down in that 310. That plane the good got us driving slow. Tell the driver to turn up the audio. Let's try to bump that. See them lips got some intellect. And that tongue guard on that bayonet. And go, your booty real about to break the internet. I swear you. Who else got the juice going?
Stronger than this.
Who else got the weed game?
Louder than this.
Who else on the 724?
Longer than this.
Who else Marshawn on the game?
Holding my dick. Now they ain't got the juice going.
Quite like this.
No, they ain't in the back gym.
Quite like this.
They ain't on the 724.
Quite like this.
They ain't like Steph Curry on the line like this.
Hey, lightweight, easy money, baby, that's napkins. Yeah. My hair, her butt, baby, that's happening. Lifestyle on the Mac, you lippin' on that grown print. Real ones, no counterfeit. I was thinking that I found cold.
Welcome to Sarge Approved. I'm Sarge, and I do not have Frenzey with me tonight, unfortunately. She could not make it, but filling into her shoes is no rookie to the show, Larry Roberts. How's it going, Larry?
What's happening, everybody? Good to be back.
Yeah, thanks for stepping in tonight.
I'll step in where I get in.
And our guest this evening is one of our favorite musicians, Luce.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hey, Sarge, appreciate you having me. Larry, appreciate you having me. I'm glad you guys reached out. I'm looking forward to a big fan of this podcast.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you sharing your time with us tonight.
Absolutely, no doubt.
And when I say that we're fans of your music, Larry just kind of got put on to your music very, very recently. But me and Frenzey, he had to do some research, stepping in tonight. But me and Frenzey stumbled upon New Mercedes, and I don't even recall how it happened, but stumbled upon it and immediately loved it. It's one of those songs where it's just stuck in your head. As soon as you listen to it once, you're singing it all freaking day long.
That's what's up.
Yeah. New Mercedes.
Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, when I say that we're legitimate fans, we are legitimate fans. No joke.
That's what's up. I love hearing that, and thank you very much.
And where are you coming to us from tonight?
So right now, I am in downtown Seattle, the
man.
beautiful Pacific Northwest. If you watch the New Mercedes music video, the opening scene is actually a picture of downtown Seattle. So if you're unfamiliar with the city skyline, you can go and check out my music video, New Mercedes, on YouTube.
Yeah, you've got it on YouTube. You've got that single on Spotify That's probably where I found it, is on Spotify.
Yeah. No, my music is on, your favorite streaming service, whether you get it from Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud. We're everywhere you would stream your music.
Okay, cool. And Larry, you are a fellow podcaster. You've been on the show. Let's see, how many times is this now? Is this like your 6th or 7th time?
Yeah, it's 6 or 7, something like that. I mean, y'all just keep inviting me back for some odd reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. You just find a way to stick around. But you've got...
I'm like cold. I just go away.
This is your first time filling in as an actual co-host. So
I don't look as good as Frenzey does, but, I think I'll get the job done.
All right, so that means you got to be quick on the keyboard to do all those research and skills that she usually provides.
You didn't tell me I was going to be taking dictation.
Yeah, you should have Luce. See, there I go. I always thought that your name was pronounced Luce. It's Luce, and I put a spin on it thinking it was Luce. It's Luce. I got to get used to that.
Well, like you said, when I told you, it was like a brand new world opened up. So
yeah.
We'll give you some time to adjust.
Yep. Yeah. So Larry, you got to have Luce his website up. And have his whole bio, his Wikipedia, his IMDb, all that.
Jesus Christ, I didn't know I was
ready?
For a pop quiz.
It's a pop quiz. It's a pop quiz, Larry.
Man, I was just watching your video. I love the hook. I thought it was great. I noticed the Sky Needle there in the skyline there of Seattle, so I figured that's kind of where you were from.
Yep.
The fact that it's in all 1,500 Foot Locker stores is unreal. That's phenomenal exposure. Let me ask you this. Well, I mean, which is on the topic. What kind of feedback are you getting on the Foot Locker gig? You get free kicks?
You know what? I did not get any free kicks. Unfortunately, I didn't know the right people. I went in there. I was like, "Hey, man, that's my music video up there playing," and they couldn't just the people working weren't able to discount me or hook me up with the rapper special, I guess.
Hey.
I was hoping you'd give you some free J's or something,
I was hoping for it, man. I went in there a few times just to check and see, if someone would offer up, but no.
Nothing.
Not happening. Oh well,
nothing. Not even a pair of socks, man. I was like, at least hook me up with some Jordan socks or something, man. Because damn.
Exactly. That's what, $6, man. Come on now.
Speaking,
right.
I was trying to mention, Larry. I was trying to mention your podcast, your show. You've got a show too, a new one, Readily Random. You want to tell people about your show real quick?
Yeah, man. I've got a new show called Readily Random, and it's exactly that. It features a random selection of guests that are readily available to help inspire others to reach their goals, to live their dreams. Basically, it's a clean podcast, Luce. That's why we were asking earlier how you felt about profanity. My particular show is clean, but it's just because of the subject matter. It's just designed to be clean and inspirational for everybody, and that's the only reason. Now, I had a previous show that was not quite as clean.
It was night and day. It was night and day. You should have heard some of the filth that you and your co-host fucking talked about on that show. It was entertaining. It was very entertaining, but damn.
That's why
I'm definitely
Let's go.
Well, Larry, I'm definitely interested in checking out your podcast. How long have you had that up now?
I just recorded episode 11 about 30 minutes ago. So if you would check it out, it's on
shit.
iTunes, Google Play, all the social media outlets. Also on Facebook. You can find it on Facebook. I have a Readily Random page on Facebook. I have readilyrandom.com. Anything that has to do with Readily Random, it's available.
But
I'll definitely check that out. And honestly, you kind of hooked me by just saying, it's all about, spreading positivity, love, improving yourself, becoming the best version of you kind of a thing. And that's really what I'm all about as well. So I'm definitely going to be tuning into that.
Yeah, check it out, man. I mean, the hook is you can live larger than life. So that's what we're all about, man.
Absolutely.
I call it listening to a hug. It's like listening to a hug.
Hugs are good. Hugs are good. Everybody wants a hug.
Kind of like your new single, New Mercedes. It's like listening to a hug while singing about driving a hug. Something that's like driving a hug. You know,
right. Well,
go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, Sarge, that, you know, I mean, obviously the name of the song references a car, right? Everybody knows about Mercedes-Benz, but really to go even a step further in what that song means to me and actually why I wrote it was, I mean, that song is really about hard work and realizing your dreams after you've put in all that work. And I use the concept and idea of a new Mercedes as like the realization of that. You know, you work for something, you put a lot of practice in the back gym. When no one's looking, that's the most important time to do it. And then, you know, then you kind of just, you take all the things that you work for and they come and you manifest your dreams. And that's really what New Mercedes is all about.
Okay, yeah. So that Mercedes, that brand new, shiny, sexy Mercedes, that's the symbol of that you've made it.
I mean, that's just, you know, hard work. It could be any goal.
Yeah, that's you made it. That's your dream. You achieved your dream.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Frenzey, she texted me earlier and she said she wanted to tell you thank you for being on the show, and she wanted to know how your new Mercedes is and how many you own. LOL.
Oh man, the Mercedes Benz and the cars were all amazing, and I don't own any, but they're amazing. I'm working for it. Hopefully sometime real soon I'll be able to get one and also buy my mom one and drive off into the sunset.
There are a whole bunch of Mercedes in the music video.
Yes.
What was that like?
So those were, one of those ones, I can't even recall the actual model of it. We were
badass.
We recorded this or made that probably about a year ago almost. And so it kind of is slipping away from my memory, the name of the actual model of the car, but there's only like a handful of them even in the country. And we're fortunate enough to know the guy who owns it. And he knows about my music. He loves the song. And he was like, oh, hell yeah, this is going to be in the video. We were pretty fortunate that we, had access to all these cars and didn't have to pay any money for them.
Yeah, so
they're kind of just in the circle.
So people just donated these Mercedes for the video?
Yes.
Did you actually get to drive any of them?
Yeah, I did. I got to drive all of them.
How nervous were you? How nervous were you driving somebody else's car that they just donated for free for the video?
I'm pretty comfortable behind the wheel, so I wasn't really that nervous. I wish that I, was able to kind of, loosen it up, like let it loose on like a roadway or something. But unfortunately, we were in the neighborhoods back there, so I was just driving real slow.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it music video style, like 2 miles an hour.
Exactly, like just straight slow motion.
Nobody drives.
Hop out of the car and dance if you wanted to.
Nobody drives a badass car fast in a music video. It's either parked or it's just creeping along real slow.
Exactly.
I gotta be honest. I was digging the one with the gull-wing doors.
With the what?
Oh yeah,
the gull-wing doors.
With the doors. Yeah, see, I'm 44, and that's what we called it back in my day. Back when I was driving my Lamborghinis, we called them gull wings.
How old are you, Luce?
27.
Oh, still a young chap. Well, I'm not as old as old Lair Bear over there, but Lair Bear. That's what we call him. Affectionately refer to him as Lair Bear on the show.
Okay, that's the nickname.
Yeah.
Well, Luce,
nice.
Let's not spread that around, okay, buddy?
Okay, you got it, man. You got it. It's between our three.
Well,
yeah, exactly, and the internet.
Got to try to get something.
And the internet now.
He's the only one here using his real name, or is he? Allegedly.
I could promise you, if I was going to use a different name, it would be Larry.
That'd be the beauty of it. Just a plain Jane name, Larry Roberts.
There you go.
That's your stage name. So, tell us, Luce, how did this all get started? Your journey into the music career.
Good question. I've just had an affinity for music since I can remember. I've always loved music and just always wanted to dance when I heard it as a kid, and that kind of just stuck with me growing up. When I was about, I want to say maybe 10, 12 years old, the super old school desktop computers had a voice recording like app. So I remember I used to like find these beats on the internet when it used to be like dial-up, super slow, and I would just like start freestyling over them, just like probably just absolutely garbage, right? And it kind of just stuck with me. It's growing up in high school. I made a ton of music on GarageBand. It all just was terrible. It sucked. But I love to do it. I love the process of like creating from scratch. And as I started getting older and into college, I wasn't able to pursue it necessarily the way I wanted to because I went to the University of Hawaii to play football and basketball for the University of Hawaii Warriors. And so that kind of, my music always kind of took a back seat because I had to wake up really early for practice and go to class and go to film study and all that stuff and weight training, whatever. And I was still always working on it every night, but not able to really pursue it the way that I really wanted to. And as soon as I hung up the cleats, I knew right away what I wanted to, spend most of my time on and really what I want to do through my life, which is music, performing, making new songs, creating, working with others, and just like spreading motivation and just really just being me. And so New Mercedes, we filmed and recorded that. I filmed and shot that music video about a year ago, but I had that song written probably a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago. And, that's kind of where we've come now. That's my only music video that's out right now. But I have, my debut EP dropped about 10 months ago or so, all streaming platforms, social medias, etc. And really just been pushing that and working on new material so that way we can start to do, more shows, performances, and, just keep it moving. And so really just, working on creating and getting the new music out. It's a process. It's a process to get the music out, especially when you don't have the necessarily like an in-home studio where I can just work on it like 24/7. I work up at a studio up here in North Seattle called London Bridge Studios. Okay. And it's the same place that Macklemore recorded downtown, and a ton of other artists here locally in the Northwest have recorded. It's a big studio up here. And so for me to get all the way up there, requires me, booking out the studio, getting my engineer and producer up there as well, making sure that the songs are ready to be actually recorded and we're not up there wasting time. And it's just, it's a process like anything. But, at the end of the day, it's what you love to do and you go out and do it.
So do you tour outside of Seattle as well, or you just keep it local?
No, it's completely local thus far.
Shit, can't you, with the way like smartphones and everything are nowadays, can't you pretty much have a music studio on your iPhone or your iPad? I mean, really?
I mean, in real, you probably could. I don't know necessarily if the quality would be as good as what you might be able to get at a professional studio with build outs that are literally, they're built out so you can, have a really clear, crisp sound, and the microphones are really expensive as well. And then to have all that software and know how to use it, first of all, because you're using a lot of computing power to mix and master these songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for sure you could do demos and stuff that, just right on your iPhone. I mean, that's usually how I start my songs just to begin with is, I hear a beat or we make a beat and just kind of just flow on it a little bit. And then, you record it on your voice memos, and then you just build off that and just build it until you're ready to go into the studio on a, good mic and mix it, get it the way you want it to sound. And then, you master it down and get the artwork with it or a music video, if that's what, your plan is with that particular song, and release that sucker.
Yeah, and you have to start with a beat, right? Before you have any lyrics or anything. Usually the beat's the first thing. Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously you could write down some really dope words, but they're not going to be nearly in the same melody as what you're hearing it when it's just a cappella. Because if you put it to a different beat, you want the melody and the rhythm of the song to go with what you're saying. You can't just, music is definitely a feel.
and you got to be able to feel your way through different beats and you know, make it sound the way it's supposed to sound. Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to start with the beat. Beats half the song. That's the first half.
You know, Larry's a pretty good freestyle rapper.
No. Not when I'm online with a real artist. No, I'm not.
Yeah, I remember you saying earlier in the past that you were planning on doing some freestyling on one of our past episodes.
Well, you see, the thing was that was on my previous show, and my co-host, I was writing a Christmas rap. Okay, I mean that's all there was to it. And actually, I had a couple of verses, but then my friend he's done some entry-level type producing and performing as well back in the day. I mean, hell, he went out to LA to pursue it and all that. Matter of fact, wow, that is unreal. He just texted me this very second. That's crazy. But anyway, yeah, I wrote the lyrics, and he's like, dude, but you don't have a hook. And I'm like, what? Don't we fit the hook to the, you know, what if we find a song, then I'll just change the lyrics up to fit the... He's like, no, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it backwards. So I just hung it up.
Right. Damn, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta have the beat first. I remember messing around with buddies back in like high school and when I was in the military, you know, doing the whole freestyle rapping thing where you battle each other and just talk shit about each other until somebody gets offended and gets pissed off and wants to quit. Dude,
right.
That,
No, that's
man.
like the most rawest form of hip hop right there. Is just on the streets, just straight off the top freestyle, either against somebody or with somebody. I mean, you gotta love that. I think everybody probably has done it or been around it in college, especially in high school.
Yeah, it's fun, but somebody always gets pissed off. Every time.
Right. And you know, there's always that one guy who's like not very good. He can't like make his words rhyme, and he's like, but he's confident as shit. You know, you gotta love that part too. I got some buddies that are being freestyled, and everybody's just like rolling their eyes, like, please get him to stop. Like, can somebody else please jump on, please? But he just like keeps going, and like occasionally he'll get a couple real nice ones in. And you know, it's just it's funny. It's really funny. You know. Half of music is just having confidence, being confident in yourself that you're going to go out and kill it.
And there's
my
that's
buddy,
half of anything.
Right, 100%, half of anything, not just music. That's definitely true.
We had a guest on a while back, Angelo Vescio. He's a stand-up comedian, but he started out and he still does it. He's a battle rapper, and he goes to those tournaments where they have matchups, and they match these rappers up kind of like they do with boxers. You know, it's all based on matchup. It's not really random, and so these guys know beforehand that they're facing each other, and they can prepare. You know, they can have like their training period. You know, their Rocky montage where they're trying to write lines and shit for this battle. But it's still really cool because I think it's probably better if you get to write your lines beforehand. You know, have some ideas in your head before you battle rap somebody, because it's most likely gonna come across sounding way better than if you're just doing it off the top of your head.
Oh well, definitely. And you know, the best ones that battle rap stuff are the ones who like they're a hybrid of both. You know, they got like just a catalog in their mind of like what they're gonna go in to say. And then, like, based on either the feedback from the crowd or, like, something the guy's wearing, he'll, you know, just kind of freestyle it, like, really freestyle it.
Yeah, I think those kind of dudes always have a couple of bombs in their pocket that they always have ready to go, you know, if they need to fall back
Definitely.
on them, you know, a couple of just boom, boom.
Oh, yeah.
They're floundering.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's fun shit. And so you're a Seattle dude. I got to ask this because I've listened to New Mercedes about 1 million times, and since I discovered it,
Thank you.
and there's a line in there that I do not understand what it means. It's that Russell Wilson step back and throw the pass like Russell Wilson in the 2-0 or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. So the 2-0 is, it's a, so Seattle is the 206, right?
Okay.
And so, 2-0 is pretty much the same Seattle without the 6. But the actual line is, meet any one of us and it. I'm talking about my team, and, this, no need to show it. I step back, I analyze, I see you open, I throw it.
Yeah.
So pretty much what I'm saying there is like Russell Wilson, like in the pocket, Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, yeah.
So, you're stepping back, you're analyzing the situation at hand. You see one of your homies open, to try to keep on climbing this ladder of life or whatever, you're going to throw it to him. And like Russ Wilson, the 2-0, kick it back like judo. And then who Ginobili with the Euro is, right?
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to ask. Like, where's Ginobili come in? He plays for the Spurs. I thought you were a
Right.
Seattle dude.
Yeah, I definitely am. But, I just had to give Ginobili a shout-out. He's one of my favorite players. And, I'm already saying, kicking it back like judo. And, Ginobili. Ginobili's kind of known for that Euro step that he does on the court. And I'm a big fan of basketball, so.
Nice.
It just kind of did it himself. It just did it himself.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm such an idiot because I was listening to it, and I think that when you say that line, you're in the gym, right? I think you're hitting the bag. Maybe you're doing ropes or something along those lines. And I'm like, did he say kicking it back like judo? Judo? I'm like,
Judo, man.
because that don't make no sense. But now I'm with you.
Yeah, man, Right.
Did you do any judo or anything growing up?
Yeah, actually, I did Taekwondo growing up.
Oh, shit.
Probably like almost a decade, and I was about the highest degree of a belt you could get before you actually get your black belt. And man, if I could go back to my young self, I would have been like, hey, stick with it for another like 2 years, 3 years, however much longer it takes you to get your black belt, because that's like a super big accomplishment.
Yeah.
But I stopped doing it to go focus on playing basketball and football, and like spend way more time doing that. And so
that's way more
it definitely helps. I mean,
that's way more fun. Larry,
Yeah.
aren't you
Yeah,
aren't you a fucking black belt in Taekwondo? You're black belt in like
I've got a black belt in 3 different styles. So that was what I did. Just the opposite there, Luce. I love basketball and started pursuing martial arts, and that was my life for 20 plus years. And if I wasn't a fat ass 44-year-old, it would still be my life.
Nice. Yeah, Taekwondo, man, it's amazing. I used to do all those, tournaments, like the free form and the actual forms, and then obviously the sparring.
Yeah,
I wish I could go back and tell my young self, man, stay with it, because having a black belt in any form of mixed martial arts is like just a massive accomplishment. And but it's for better or worse. You can't go back in time, but
you can still do it. Hey, Luce, you are 27 years old, and you're not fat and 44 yet, like Larry Bear over here. You can still.
They're telling me there's still time.
There's still time, Larry. There's still time for you too, brother.
I have no doubt.
Yeah, we're gonna motivate you.
It's just easier to talk. It's just easier to talk in my studio here. It's a lot easier.
You can do both.
Right.
Yeah, Larry was like busting cinder blocks and shit, punching through cinder blocks and all that jazz.
Oh yeah, we would have to punch through, like the little the wood and cinder blocks and stuff to get your next degree of belt, whether that be just like blue belt where you get like your second degree. You have to punch through shit and break shit. So
is that just a pure testosterone thing? Is that just a dude thing? Because why do you need to know how to punch through some wood or punch through a hunk of concrete? I mean, when's that ever going to happen in real life?
Larry might be able to speak a little bit more eloquently to this, but I mean, it's about focus. That's kind of what Taekwondo is. And so you're really trying to build your focus. You're not worried about the pain or anything. You're literally just, your only goal is to break through this, what your mind could easily think of as an unbreakable structure, right? Or like, I'm going to hurt myself doing this. But really, you focus on it and you do it and you're like, oh shit, that was easy. It's just, it's like a power of the mind kind of a thing. What do you think about that, Larry? You got any salt for that?
I'll tell you, I think you're right on point there. A lot of people like to mystify make it seem like it's a magical feat, but really, and at times, honestly, to be able to control your mind to that extent, maybe it is a magical or mystifying feat. But I mean, I weighed $155 and went through 12 2 3/4 inch patio cinder blocks with one strike, and to be $155 and pull that off, it was over 3 feet of concrete. That's a hell of a feat, and not that I'm tooting my own horn,
Toot it. That's some X-Men shit. That's pretty cool. Seriously.
You know at the point of impact, my instructor that taught me how to break told me one thing, or multiple things, but this one thing always stuck with me. He said that one of two things is going to break, and it's either what you're hitting or it's you, which you want it to be. Mm-hmm. And that's what you had to focus on, and make sure that you can't pull back at that last moment. You have to commit 100% and follow through.
Right, that's the one thing, committing 100%.
But it hurts, right? Like, it really hurts, doesn't it?
The successful breaks, not really, no.
Really?
Yeah,
the unsuccessful breaks, yeah, they suck.
Yeah. That's the one that'll get you, is the ones where you're not going quite 100% because you're not mentally committed fully. You got to be as 100% committed as you possibly can be, and then it's a clean break for either the cinder block or the 4x4 wood or whatever they use.
You see those.
And it's the same thing. It's the same thing in life. Sarge, you in the military. If you didn't give 100% while you're in the military, or even going through boot camp or whatever it was that you were doing at the time, you weren't going to make it through. And just like Luce, I can tell by talking to you that and you're committed to your music, and you're committed to breaking through that industry, and you're committed 100%. And as long as you've got that kind of commitment, that kind of focus, it increases the odds of success exponentially. And it's just a lesson that I learned from martial arts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, that's definitely a lesson. Probably the biggest lesson I walked away from martial arts was that lesson right there. Right. 100% committing. And seeing, and just seeing it through, really 100% in whatever you're doing at the moment. And yeah, definitely couldn't agree with you more there.
So where I'm trying to find, because honestly, the only song of yours that I know is New Mercedes, and I want to hear some more songs. And
oh, really? Well, damn, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, shameless plug about to come up. 3, 2, 1.
Shit, please.
I just dropped a brand new song. You can get it on any social media, all your streaming services, wherever you get your music. It's called Missed Calls. Obviously, my lyrics are on the internet as well. You can just type in the song title and just say lyrics, and it'll come up. It's called Missed Calls by Luce Lutu. That just came out on Monday. I had one 2 weeks before that called Hell of a View that just came out. So I would definitely, encourage not only you, Sarge and Larry, to go check it out, but also, all the listeners, if you're not familiar with my music yet and you did like what you heard on New Mercedes, if that's the only one you do. Or if you don't know anything, go check it out. You can play my latest 2 songs.
Oh, say, are you on Google
Play?
Yeah,
I thought Missed Calls was tight too, man. It's the New Mercedes, excuse me, and Missed Calls. It's just something, it's like I should be, got it playing in the background with some candles going on, and my girl sitting right beside me doing a little Netflix and chill.
New Mercedes.
Hey, there you go. Oh, that's a beautiful picture, man. I can see it.
Yeah, see?
That's a great time to play New Mercedes. That's a great time to play Missed Calls. Hell of a View also sounds really good there, too. Hell of a View is honestly probably my favorite turn-up song right now. That's anytime I show one of my boys one of my new songs, this is the one that they've said is probably their favorite right now. Hell of a View.
Can you find it on YouTube?
Yeah, you should be able to find it on all streaming platforms. It just came out recently. I think probably like 3 weeks ago or something. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
That's your turn-up song?
It's a good turn-up song.
Hell of a View.
And it's a good song to drive, it's a good song to drive to, and if it's cold where you're at, windows up, heat on, if it's nice.
In a New Mercedes.
Windows down, real loud. It's a good one.
I like the description there. The ascent is fueled by tenacious work ethic and an unwavering belief in living your art. And once you're there, it's a hell of a view.
Hey, yep.
Yeah, man.
Did I do good there, Sarge? that was my Frenzey moment there. Did I
There
do
you
good?
go. I had a boy. Earning that paycheck. I got you guys probably can't hear it. You guys probably can't hear it right now, but I got Hell of a View playing right now. In the background.
Okay, nice.
I got it on real light so you can still hear us talking.
Yeah, it's a good one though. And kind of one of my goals here too, and Larry, this kind of goes back to starting to do shows and whatnot. Outside of here locally is just releasing more music. So one of my goals is to try to have like a minimum of 2 new songs out on all the streaming platforms a month, at least 2 a month. Wow. Maybe even 3 or if I'm lucky 4. I'm working a lot on music. I'm in the studio at least. Maybe 2-3 times a week, but I'm writing. I mean, I don't go to bed some nights until like 4 a.m. because I'm just up writing, new material, new songs.
So instead of
trying to get as much music as I possibly can out in the quickest way possible, but also never losing quality ever.
That's interesting. So
yeah, I mean, you got to do that hustle, man. If you're getting 10 hours of sleep a night, you ain't doing it right. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So instead of putting out like a full album all at once, you're gonna put out individual singles like periodically. That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
cool.
Cool.
And then after, because I'm a brand new artist. I'm an independent record label that I started with my buddy Danny Rizzori. We're the 2 co-founders. We have an executive producer and also engineer, and then we have a really good master engineer as well. And so it's really like that's the whole team that's driving this music. And so in order to get more exposure and just to get people paying attention, that's the one thing for music. You need attention constantly. We were fortunate enough to have talked to Danny, rather. I was fortunate enough to talk to Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you guys know him. And,
holy shit! Get out of here! No way!
Yeah, and so he's very into the hip hop and all that stuff as well. And he's like, man, if I was your guys' age, and with the state of the internet and everything that's going on online, and with so many other artists out there, you need to have attention on your songs rather as often as possible, and that's going to come down by putting out a new song if you can once a week. And then at the end of that, once you're ready to compile those into an actual project, then drop it in one collection as an album or a playlist or whatever through Spotify and Apple Music, and then also have maybe like 3 or 4 other songs that no one else has heard before.
That is a really, really cool idea. I like that. That's cool because I mean, how long do you wait for a band or a musician to put out a fully produced album? You might wait a couple years between albums or longer, but you're putting out a song every week, like episodes of a show or something. That's really cool. That's a neat idea.
Yeah. So hopefully, it'll turn out very positively for us. And we start getting more people, paying attention to, what Luce Lutu is doing with music, because they're like, oh, he's super dope. He's new. He drops a new, 3 new songs a month or 4 new songs a month, whatever. Maybe we should pay attention to this guy. And, that would be my goal, is to have, people knowing my music and giving a shit and having it, evoke emotion and, just inspire you to, be a better version of yourself.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's
Go ahead, Sarge. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think that's a badass idea.
Yeah, thank you. Well, actually, thank Gary. Thank Gary V.
Gary V is the man, dude. 100%. What did you say you got to talk to him?
So Danny, who's my business partner, he's going to be listening to this. He's listening right now. We call him Lux, Lux. He's the co-founder of Create and Be Real record label. He does a ton of stuff. Very entrepreneurial, and he was able to meet with Gary and his brother because they just started a sports agency for college athletes, and Danny kind of was a mentor to a really, really good player up here in Bellevue, and so or up here in Seattle that went to the University of Washington, and super, super amazing kid, great football player, and like I said, Danny kind of mentored him growing up, and was able to get in touch with the Vaynerchucks because he realized that they were starting a sports agency, and anyways, they opened up the dialogue, and Danny has just since kind of started a relationship in a dialogue and rapport with Gary Vee, who's been a good mentor and really just giving us good advice, especially when it comes to music and stuff like that, because the music industry is crazy. You obviously could go do the record label path, but then you kind of lose control of your music, and then you don't even maintain ownership or rights down the road, and we wanted to maintain our solidarity and our creative control, and like a lot of other young artists are doing, and other artists out there as well. And it's tough to navigate if you don't have a record label and tons of money behind you to get your songs out on a massive level. Right. And, his biggest piece of advice to us was get your music out all the time. Like, stop fucking playing games. Get your music out. People are going to be drawn to it if you're doing tons of songs a month. They're just naturally going to start to follow you because they know what to expect each month. You're going to get 2 to 4 songs a month. Yeah. And so that's just that's kind of what we're going down right now. So
yeah, that's awesome. Like I say, you can't get better advice than that. So
yeah, you keep marketing that every month. It gives your listeners and your fans something to look forward to, and especially if you're putting out jams like New Mercedes, shit, why wouldn't people keep coming back for more?
Oh yeah, and that's an old song too, Sarge. So my new shit is way better. So just keep tuning in.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it gets better than New Mercedes. But now
say that, man, of course.
Now that you've got these other songs that have dropped, I gotta listen to those because I guarantee I'm gonna have those downloaded on my phone and I'll be jamming out to them for the next few months.
Hell yeah.
So what? When is this process already in the works? I mean, when are you putting out your next song?
Oh yeah, well, so I mean, this process, is going to be in the works for, God willing, the next decade, or longer. As long as I continue the passion with music that I have right now, which just continues to grow, every day. I just put out a new song on Monday called Missed Calls that we kind of already briefly talked about. Mm-hmm. I'll have another song out here in the next week and a half to 2 weeks, and from there, after that, we'll have another one and another one. So I'm constantly working. I'm constantly in the studio. I'm constantly writing and making new songs so that when we're in the studio, we can record more new songs, and then just mixing with our producer and engineer, Raw Fingers. Shout out to Raw Fingers right now if you're listening, buddy. And so just continuing to work and create new songs.
What's up, Raw Fingers?
Oh, he's gonna love that. He's gonna love that. On his
yeah, give him a shout out too.
Listening to this podcast.
What's up, Raw Fingers? Shout out.
See, now that's a much cooler name than.
Yeah, how do you get a name like Raw Fingers?
Good question. I've never actually asked him the specifics, but if I had to guess, I would say he's a super talented producer, right? And I think when you're a producer, you got to have this edge. You got to be like, my shit's the best shit, And when you're producing, you're using your what? You're using your fingers.
It's
so
raw.
His sounds are real raw and sharp and real funky too. So I think he just chose the name Raw Fingers just based off that. I could be totally fucking off right there, by the way.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I just made that up.
I just assumed that it had to do with a chick or something. Oh yeah, he's got the rawest fingers.
Oh, yeah, I heard about him. He's got some raw fingers. Yeah, I don't know.
You never know. We may never know.
I left it with some raw fingers.
All right, so...
That's funny.
Awkward silence.
Oh, you gotta love that dead space. That's
when you're talking about raw fingers and girls, after you stop talking about that, you kind of got to gather your thoughts so you can rebound.
Where do you go from there? Next topic.
But yeah, so definitely, you know, be on the lookout for new songs. You know, obviously, you know, if you follow me on Instagram, that's, you know, where you have a ton of promo stuff. I pretty much use it just for music stuff, and just, you know, kind of getting the brand out.
You know, once
so if you guys follow me there, you can, you know, you'll be informed. Or if you follow me on Spotify, you'll just be notified that, hey, you know, Luce just put out a new song. And, you know, go check it out.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Hey, Luce, what's your social media handle? Do you use at Luce Lutu? Or
Yeah. So yeah, Luce Lutu. Yeah. So yeah, it's pronounced Luce Lutu, and Lutu is my last name. It's Samoan. And
okay, cool.
So yeah, and but the my handles are Stay Luce, and that might change to just the actual artist name, just to make it kind of more seamless and efficient for people to find me if they're interested in my social medias. It just kind of makes the most sense because, you know, that's how you spell my stage name, my artist name, Luce Lutu. So I might as well just make the handles that. But right now it's Stay Luce, you know, STAY and then Luce, LUCE.
Shit, is that your Twitter
and that's Instagram,
handle?
and
That's your Instagram. That's
my Instagram.
I've probably seen that, and I didn't even put two and two together that it was pronounced loose. Stay loose. I'm like, nope, it's Stay Luce.
Oh yeah. Right? Yeah. Stay Luce. Yeah. No, Stay Loose. Stay loose. Hang loose.
That's just me.
So I got a lot of ties to, you know, kind of part of my name too is because I have a lot of ties to the Hawaiian Islands and the Samoan Islands. My dad is Samoan, and my mom is Irish. So, you know, my dad born and raised in Hawaii. Obviously, I got a ton of family out there. That's where I went back to school to play and to study. And in the Samoan language, uso or oos is slang for homie. And back growing up, everybody used to call me Lou. And so I kind of just merged the two. I was like, Luce. I like that, and it's just stuck. So everybody calls me Luce now.
So that's the origin story.
That's the origin.
Okay.
The origin story.
So now, did I misunderstand? Are you from the islands, or are you from? What?
So I was born and raised right here in Seattle. But my dad was born and raised in Hawaii, and majority of my family, my dad's side, still out there. And you know, not as much family here in Seattle, just, you know, the immediate family. And but going back there, you know, going back to Hawaii, there's tons of Lutus, there's tons of you know, dad's side of the family out there. So it's kind of like my second home.
Now, Luce, got to ask, man. I'm sitting here. I'm not listening to missed calls, but I'm staring at the screen with missed calls on here, and there's some other stuff that's on this screen that is blowing me away. And it looks like the same chick that was in the Mercedes video. Am I wrong?
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, she does look like the girl in the new Mercedes music video. No, this is a yeah. She's a baddie for sure. Her name is Yovana. She's my Instagram crush.
Yovana.
Yeah. Shout out to Yovana Ventura.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's my Instagram crush right there. So I can't wait to meet her. And but yeah, so the girl in new Mercedes music video is actually one of my very close girlfriends. We actually, you know, were together for a long period of time, and she lives up here in Seattle as well. Her name is Bianca. She's great, and you know, she did really good in the video too. But yeah, they do look a lot alike. Yeah. I kind of just realized that. Maybe I got a type. I don't know.
Yeah, well, most likely, yeah. Because I mean, if that's the type that you got, then you know, more power to you.
Not a bad type, I guess. But you know what, Larry? Now I can't sing the Ray Shremmerd song, "No Type," and that's like one of my favorite songs. I ain't got no type. This is the only thing that I like. Oh, that's okay. I can still sing it though. Let's do a remix. All right. Say I got a type. Maybe a remix to it. Yeah, I got a type.
You gotta, you know,
can and big booty is the things that I like. Yeah, we'll do a remix one of these days. I'll get you two on there.
Is that your type? The big booty? Is that your type?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I can definitely appreciate, you a nice looking, well figured, female for sure. I mean,
Well figured.
beauty is beauty. I don't discriminate whatsoever. And to be honest, confidence is probably the most crucial thing for me. But if we're talking purely aesthetics, then yeah, tan, big booty.
Okay, I was gonna say that was about to be the most PC comment I've ever heard. Just say you like a big booty, dude.
I can be very politically correct.
You got to beat around the booty. Just say it.
Can't offend nobody.
That's too funny. Yeah, so just politically correct. A smile and a good attitude. I mean, really. I mean, I don't think anybody could. I don't think anybody could disagree with that.
So, for the ladies out there listening, is Luce available?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes, I am. I am definitely available right now. I guess the one caveat though is that I'm very busy and I know I got a lot of goals, and that's it.
Yeah.
Definitely available though.
Yeah, you hear that, ladies? He hasn't got time for you, so take that into account. Take that into account. He hasn't got time. He's not got time for your problems.
But now, Luce, you got to be honest, brother. Putting out the jams that you put out, and in a clearly heterosexual kind of way, having the looks that you look, you look like you're pretty built. You got some nice ink on you. Strictly non-homo.
Larry thinks you're pretty, dude.
He's my Instagram.
Larry making me blush over here.
Jeez.
Okay, so I'm sorry though. What was the question though?
Yeah, was there a question?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just hitting on him.
I was gonna say that you can't tell me that you don't have ladies banging down your door with the tunes you put out and all the other stuff I already mentioned once, and I'm not saying again.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm a 27-year-old single man. I like to have fun and have a good time, and I'm definitely, I don't put boundaries necessarily around any, relationship with the opposite sex for sure, but, there's no, I'm not spending, more time with one girl than the rest at the moment. Not saying that, won't happen, but, I mean, yeah, there's definitely some girls in my life, but my favorite one, though, is definitely my mom.
Oh, there you go.
Take a drink.
Shout out to Mom. What's up, Mama?
There you go.
What's up, Mom?
So now you just had Mother's Day. Did you do something good for her?
Yeah. We did. The family was up here. Not the whole family. That would be way too big. But just had some extended family over. My brother, my nephew, mom and dad, grandma, and did like a brunch. Went to church, hung out, drank a little bit.
There you go.
It was good. It was low key. We didn't do anything, major. Just I would say pretty similar to what a lot of people were doing, spending their Mother's Day as well.
You gotta write a Mother's Day song now. Next year for Mother's Day. Mother's Day song.
Well, I got a couple songs coming out that we cannot play for her. That's for sure. They're just a little bit too. They're a little bit too rated R. Mom can hear New Mercedes, and then that's pretty much all she needs to hear.
So, be honest, man. Have you ever brought a girl back to your apartment? She has no idea who you are. You're not bragging about any of your accomplishments or your music, but you just so happen to have the New Mercedes video playing on the TV when you walk in.
Accidentally.
Oh my
shit.
Gosh. Yeah, just on a constant loop, just all night, because you don't know what time to get back. Man, no, I haven't. But you know what? I got to be honest, Sarge. You got me thinking though.
Yeah, not yet.
And there you go. That's better right there.
Well, there you go, man. There's an idea for you.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll definitely have to add that into the repertoire.
Yeah, it would work for Larry.
Is
that you? Damn.
All right, this is taking a really awkward turn.
Where's that?
Again, I'm a
Mercedes?
artist, and I was defeated in the cage.
There you go.
That might be just that might be our cue to wrap this thing up then.
Fair enough.
It's not a bad cue. It's not a bad cue. I'm leaving with a little bit of knowledge and insight on what to do next time I got a girl into my over to the apartment, and I'll definitely know who to thank for that.
I don't see how it could possibly lose. It sounds foolproof to me.
Yeah, it's not a bad time. I can't believe I haven't thought of it yet. But
Yeah.
you know what I think it is though. You know what I think it is, and I know we got to go soon. But I think it's because I have so many other songs that I've heard New Mercedes probably like 10,000 times in the last like 2 years.
Me too.
So I'm kind of, I don't want to say over it because it's, one of my very first songs that I ever put out, but I would say, I might have to add it back in on the nights where I go out, with a nice young lady.
Yeah, if not that one, you can just have all the songs on a loop. So when you don't know what time you're coming back, one of your songs will be playing.
Oh, well, that's already going on.
There you go. Okay.
You got that YouTube playlist.
That's already going on.
It's going.
I already got my playlist set. Okay, I'm going to be back home in a few hours. Okay, let's just put this on loop.
It's like, ooh, who's this?
That's
That's me, baby. That's me.
You got to keep in mind that although Mercedes, you don't want to say you're over it, but you're not feeling it as strong as you was a couple years ago when you first laid it down. But now when you blow up and you're gonna be like I don't know, Rolling Stones or Kiss or these cats that are still singing at 70, you still gonna have to bust out the new Mercedes when you're like 70.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. That is very true. I do know that. It's a good point.
That's one of the things I never could grasp when, man, Sarge, I'm so sorry to keep cutting you off.
No,
it's
it's
your
right.
show. Do it, dude.
No, you do it. I was just going to say, by the time he's 70, we're all going to have jetpacks, and he's going to have to write a new song about new jetpack.
The new Mercedes-Benz jetpack?
Yeah. My new jetpack. All right. This show's going off the rails.
Well, hey, you know what, Sarge? I appreciate you having me. Larry, appreciate you having me as well. You guys have been great. I'll definitely, continue to tune into what you guys are doing. And Larry, I'll definitely check out, it was called Randomly Random?
Readily Random.
Randomly Ready.
Readily Random. Readily Random. Definitely make sure to check that out. So I just want to say thank you. You guys are doing it. You guys are doing it right. And, definitely appreciate you guys having me and spending some time with me tonight.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate thank you for sharing your time with us. And let everyone know where they can find all your stuff real quick. They can find you online and everything.
Everybody listening, if you want to hear my music, go to your favorite streaming platform or however you get your music online and just type in my name, Luce Lutu. And Luce is Luce, and then Lutu is just like it sounds, Lutu. Luce Lutu. Just type it into your search bar and enjoy. Mm-hmm. And then put it on repeat and share with your friends.
Yeah.
And then follow me on Spotify.
Do it.
Hit that follow link.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing it right now. No, I already am. Boom.
Consider it done, brother. And I already gave you a little love on Facebook. So.
Hey, there you go. Perfect. Well, thank you.
All right, man. Thanks again for sharing your time with us, my friend. We are definitely big fans. Love your music, and I'm looking forward to all these songs you're gonna be putting out. Like I said, that's a really badass way that you're doing it, and that's cool that every month we can look forward to some new songs. You don't gotta wait a couple years for an album to drop.
Hell yeah! Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the love and support, and I'll talk to you guys really soon.
Yeah, man. Keep doing it.
All right, man. Take care.
You're killing it. Later.
All right, you guys.
Boom. It's outro time, Larry.
All right, man. Cool. It was a great show.
Let's do this. Yeah, that was fun. Luce is one badass musician. He's got some great songs out there, especially New Mercedes. I gotta listen to all the new ones that he's dropped recently. But I am a really big fan of that way that he's gonna be putting out music every month.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's a badass jam, man. And to think that it's 2 years old is unreal because, I mean, it sounds like, he just laid it down the other day.
Yeah, I know. And that music video is pretty badass as well.
Yeah, the Mercedes with the gull wing doors. Thank you.
Yeah. You old bastard. So thank you, Larry, for stepping in this evening and filling Frenzey's shoes. I know those are tough shoes to fill.
No doubt, man.
Yeah,
it's definitely a tough act to follow, but hopefully I did all right for you tonight.
I think we did all right. I think we held it down. We kept the ship afloat.
Bonus.
You know, at the very least, we did that, right? Yeah?
I agree.
All right. Let's see. We gotta see who. I'm gonna look up who we got coming up next on the Sarge Approved podcast. You want to tell our listeners where they can find you, where they can find your podcast?
Yeah, man. Once again, Larry Roberts. I'm the host of Readily Random. It's a podcast on iTunes, on Google Play. You always find it on Facebook, facebook.com/Readily Random. Also out there on SoundCloud. Working on Spotify. But they got some rules. I hadn't been around long enough yet to make it to Spotify. But as soon as we get another couple weeks under our belt, we're going to throw it out. Hopefully we'll be on Spotify soon.
What are the rules
but
for
until
Spotify?
then, you can find us just about anywhere else.
Beautiful. You've got about, 10, 11 episodes you've dropped so far?
10 episodes have dropped so far. We did 11 earlier this afternoon.
Nice.
And it'll drop Monday morning, 8 a.m. That's when each and every one of our brand new episodes drop, featuring an inspirational guest of sorts. The one I recorded tonight, he's a life coach. So he helps folks that have encountered some sort of trauma or abuse throughout their lives. And he takes them and helps them find their way through that trauma and find their way beyond it.
Awesome. Beautiful. You know, I guarantee there's plenty of people out there that could use a life coach. Shit, there's times I could use a life coach.
No doubt.
Good deal, man. Well, coming up on the Sarge Proof podcast, let's see, this is our last episode for the month of May. But coming up in June, on June 1st, we have David Keith Grayson, and he's like this artist. He does apparently he does impressions. He's really good at impressions, and he's been in some movies and things like that. So we're gonna have him on the 1st, and then coming up on the 13th of June is comedian Evan Weiss, and then this one I'm really looking forward to, on the 21st of June, comedian Chad Daniels. Have you heard of Chad Daniels?
I have not.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's got some albums on Spotify and whatnot. You should check him out. He's a funny dude.
Okay, I definitely will.
He's a headliner. He's legit for sure. So that's what we got in the most immediate ones. I'm not gonna lay out the entire month. But, yeah, that's what we got coming up. And you can find the Sarge Approved podcast on all your social media platforms. We're on, pretty much all of them, but the big ones are, iTunes and Google Play Music and Spreaker. And what else are we on? You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on our website, sargeapproved.com, and on our Facebook page. We're on Twitter, @SargeApproved. Frenzey's got a Twitter page, @Melissa Frenzey, and she's on Instagram, as well as Sarge Approved. We're everywhere. Just type in Sarge Approved in the browser. You're going to find us. It's not that difficult. We're sponsored by National Survival Center. Go check them out. They got all the badass outdoor gear that you're looking for. If you want to go camping, if you're just feeling outdoorsy, or you're trying to stock up for the zombie apocalypse, they got free shipping on all their gear. It's all top-of-the-line, hand-tested, badass gear. Go check them out. NationalSurvivalCenter.com. Survive. Don't suffer. All right. I think that's it. You got anything else you want to...
You've said that once or twice, haven't you?
Maybe.
You got it down.
Damn. Yeah, I've said it a couple times. You want anything? You got anything else you want to bestow upon our listeners?
No, man, I'm good to go.
All right. We are going to wrap this episode up with a song by no other than Luce himself. I think we're going to play this one out with New Mercedes. I think we have to.
I think you do too.
Yeah, all right. And then I'll probably mix in some of his other stuff when I edit this thing. But cool. All right. Thanks for being with us, guys. Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, guys.
Later, fuckers.
She knows it's crazy. they know the God. I've been searching about these visions and all these things that I be seeing all up in my dreams. And the people who I roll with, culminations all from the team. Meet any one of us and you know it. We know this, don't need show it. I step back, I analyze, I see you open, I throw it. Like Russ Wilson, a duo. Kick it back like judo. With the Yodo. Ball sweet, no churros, man, I'm riding on them. Get the money, don't play. That seat time to LA, you know you got the right away. Man, I'm riding on them. We going there, don't play. We about that all day. And she want it all my way. Cause I put practice in the back gym. Put practice in the back gym. That means working on the weekend, so ain't nobody fronting on them. Put practice in the back gym. That's my lab, now my back gym. Now we stay in the court with these hymns. And she's singing too, she know it's crazy. She know it's crazy. She put a number down on that napkin, slid it to me. She said, call me maybe. Texting daily. She feel good like some windows down in the summer in a new Mercedes. New Mercedes. New Mercedes. Flying down our way in a new Mercedes. Smoking loud, bumping loud in a new Mercedes. While I'm grinding so my family all that. I'm grinding up under the sun like it ain't gon' come up again, and I'm the last man. I leave my soul on the court, on the field, on this booth just like it is the last chance. I put all my love, all my passion in this drop. Hit touch my family, I yeah, let's go smash. And I got heart, I got soul, I got grit, I got vision. The last night I dreamt that I copped her. No Mercedes, copped her. No Mercedes, rolling down the 5 with the baddest pieces. She say she my lady. She say she my lady. The same one that wrote a number down on that napkin and said, call me mad. I'm riding on her. Get the money, don't play. That seat time to LA, you know you got the right away. Man, I'm riding on her. We going there, don't play. We about that all day. And she want it all my way. Cause I put practice in the back gym. Put practice in the back gym. That means working on the weekend, so ain't nobody fronting on them. Put practice in the back gym. That's my lab, now my back gym.